Hi. So I was speaking previously about the madness of the interest rate uh, rise proposal from the Bank of England, yet another one, the seventh, which is completely unnecessary as far as I and a lot of other people, including some Nobel Prize winning economists, are concerned. Um, it's politically motivated in large part, I think, as do they. And it's going to have some really dire consequences. I hate being, negative. Be negative when I have to, but I hate being really negative, like the predictions that people are making here, including me, which is that millions of people are, if the rates keep going up, they're going to lose their homes because they can't afford the monthly mortgage payments. We get deluged with calls from people that their mortgage payments have more than doubled since, and that's since the last interest rate rise, and we haven't even counted this current one. Um, and they just can't keep up the payments, and this is a terrible thing. And the politicians and the regulators should be doing something because the banks are taking advantage because they're raising the mortgage levels in some cases. It's reported to us by way more proportionally than the Bank of England raised its rates. Secondly, the bank of mom and dad will probably disappear because, people will not be able to make money available to their kids for down payments or monthly payments in the way they did before because money will be so expensive. Young people, a third effect, I think, young people who can't afford to buy rent. However, rents are skyrocketing. In London alone, we've had reports of some rents rising by more than 40%, 40, since the last rate rise. And God knows what will happen with this one. Um, so even people who can't buy and are renting will find that they can't rent. The equity release market, something not many people have commented on, that will also shrink because the cost of older people uh, realizing cash from the equity in their homes will increase dramatically. And so, if they borrow on their home to give it to their kids or use it for improvements or take a holiday, whatever they want to do, use it for things they wanted to do all their life, that extra borrowing cost will eat into the equity in their home, and they could potentially end up with a shortfall in their pension, in their retirement plans. So these effects will be very widespread. And finally, but it's going to depend on the help for businesses that Liz has promised. It's so obvious businesses will have to pay a whole lot more for the funds that they use to operate. And many will fail, obviously, and many more will struggle, resulting in increased unemployment, higher prices for goods and services, and all the rest. So um, it's just crazy. It's just crazy to raise interest rates at a time like this because the United States is raising interest rates. The factors there are somewhat different than here. And in order to keep up with the dollar, when the pound staying abreast of the dollar is a whole lot less important than the cost of living crisis effects being alleviated here as quickly as possible. Thank you.